Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dan.
Hi everyone, I'm GYDA Loveras.
My buddy, your buddy, my friend, Quinn from QMULATIVE. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from PETERMAN firm, DONJAY.
I'm Molly W. SCHENCK, and we talked about my performing arts company, Gray Box Collective.
I'm sitting right here with my boy, Tony. Standing next to my boy, Tony.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, AKIRA.
Looking for real stories of real people making a difference in the Grand Canyon State? Welcome to Finding Arizona podcast. We sit down with Arizona's inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and community leaders and give you a front row seat to their journeys, passions, and projects. Whether you're a local trying to find a hidden gem or just enjoy watching someone chase their dreams, Finding Arizona is your go-to place for authentic conversations with a desert twist. New episodes drop weekly, so hit subscribe and start exploring Arizona one story at a time.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're at the 500th episode today. We're telling a whole bunch of stories. There's behind my camera here is a assortment of previous guests, and today I have in front of me one of my previous buddies, previous guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dan. Dan, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing swell. Today is about not only me but about everyone else. So you were a previous guest a while back ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And so I'm catching up with everyone.
Okay.
Tell me, what have you been up to these days? And also give us a little kind of like refresher what we talked about Iron Oak and about just life in general.
Okay, cool. So we've just been kind of humming along, I guess. I would say things are just kind of moving at the pace that they're moving.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. Things have slowed down quite a bit on the Iron Oak side of things. We've gotten so busy with other things. It's made it hard for me to do a lot of the furniture building that I was doing. So that's kind of a bummer. But
I understand completely.
Yeah, so
time commitment can be a cumbersome thing. So
absolutely.
That will lead me into my very first question is what's a challenge you've embraced lately that others might avoid or might have been just kind of like pushing under the rug?
I'm not sure. I feel like whenever I see a challenge, I'm the first person to go, I don't know if I want to do this. So yeah, I don't know. Like if there's a good challenge that I'm thinking of, I don't know. If I had to think about it, it'd probably be that being ready to take on things that others aren't. There's some things that we do that other people are not capable of doing inside of our space. And so we've been able to take those challenges on and do them. Like recently, I had somebody want to create a piece of table that looked like solid wood.
Oh, nice.
And it was like, but making it out of solid wood would have cost thousands. So I was like, let's do this. I can do this and make it look like it. And so I took it on and was able to build it and it looked pretty cool. So
sweet. That's awesome. So now that first challenge, or that is a challenge that you've accepted and now you're embracing that more and more, I'll now kind of ask you the question that I didn't ask you last time, but we did kind of go over, like, your life is kind of, got its challenges. Yeah. One of the things that we've embraced kind of each other was like our love of mutual wrestling.
Yeah.
And
sure.
so I was going to ask everyone, like, give us a title of like an episode, like what your podcast would be.
Okay.
But what I want to ask you personally, give me the name of your wrestling moniker.
Wrestling moniker?
So if you had a name in WWE, what would you name yourself?
What would I name myself? Oh man, I don't know. I think I always thought I wanted to be a lot like Ken Shamrock whenever I was younger. Yeah. So I feel like I'd be something like that. I'd be like the Cloverleaf,
Cloverleaf, that's awesome.
I don't know, something like that.
I like it. I like where your head's at.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Embracing that.
Yeah, totally.
All right, let's turn around the corner and let's go into like something that you want people to remember you by. Very serious, somber moment, because this is our 500th episode. I want something that we can kind of like sink our teeth into. You want something that everyone wants to remember you by.
Okay. I'd love for people to probably remember me as somebody who was always there to help. That's one of the things that I've always tried to do, is just be a helpful person. I always tell my wife Angela, I'm always telling her, I really wish that we were just multi-gazillionaires so that I could just help people for free. Yeah. But, because of the nature of the business, it makes it tough because we all got to make money. But yeah, I definitely would love to be able to be remembered as somebody who's always there to help. And just if you need something, I can be there for you and try to do the best that I can to fill that gap for you.
Well, Dan, you just did it right now. Hopefully, I give you the platform those many years ago. Now we're giving it to you again. Let everyone know where they can find you online.
They can find us at ironoakaz.com, ironoakaz, just on our Instagram. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Just it's kind of where we're at. So
awesome, Dan. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you for always coming in and supporting us.
You got it, my man.
Awesome. We're back here at the 500 episode. I want to let my guest introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm GYDA. I don't know if you guys remember me. I'm at episode 416 talking about safe streets of Arizona.
Safe streets of AZ.
Yeah.
How has things been lately? Because I know from my perspective, the world can be kind of daunting right now, but you are someone who's advocating for safer streets. So how do you think things are going these days?
Well, it's slowed down a lot, you know, with everything that's going on in the world.
Yes.
But we're still so passionate that we can keep it going. So it's just a matter of time, you know, that we'll get there. But I'd rather get there slow than get there fast.
Absolutely. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. So now give me something about the challenges that you face with and how you're accepting them and taking them on.
Whew, that's hard. And I think for me, it's like mostly a lot of self-reflection.
Yes.
Right? It's so easy when you achieve a goal, it's so easy to forget about where you came from.
Yes.
And I think for me, I really, really hone in on like, where did you come from? Gratitude.
Yeah.
Remembering, you know, the values and the morals that my parents installed in me.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's one thing that sets me apart because, you know, because of my family, my mom and my dad. Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember when we were talking just how much, again, you have this kind of like fight in you, and you have so much that you want to give back to those that are in need for it.
Yeah.
And I find that so like, it's so endearing because that connects all of us. It's like, we want to help others.
Yes.
I want to ask you, if you could entitle a podcast after your everyday life, what would it be?
Oof. I'm actually working on one right now.
Ooh, what is, oh, give us, I don't want to take the title. Give us something that you probably threw on the back burner as like a plan B for that, or a plan B name.
A plan, ooh. You know what? I don't believe in plan B names.
Okay, so it's a secret
I'm
now.
one of those, so it's a secret.
So this is your promo.
Okay.
Be aware for your entitled podcast coming up.
Exactly. It's coming up, and what's different about it from the previous things that I've been doing, it's really tied into my roots and my family.
Oh, awesome.
So the goal was, how do I use my fitness background and how do I introduce people, how I grew up, the family dynamic, my mom cooking in the kitchen, my grandma teaching me how to make food. How do I put that together? Because I think this has never been done before. And with the Filipino food, there's not a lot of Filipino restaurants here.
Yeah, that's
So
very
kinda wanna
seldom
make a
around here.
change.
Yeah. Be the change you want to see. I like that. I like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, last question.
All right, cool.
Give us something that you want everyone to remember you by.
Oof. Well, oh, that's hard because I have big goals and big dreams, you know. But I think, like, for me, it's really important to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, you can have all the riches in the world, but if you didn't do anything good to the people, then you're never going to be remembered.
Well, I love the way that your mind works, and I love that you're giving back to those that are in need, and everything in between with Safe Streets and you personally. I think you at the helm you're going to do fantastic. So, as always, we want to give you the platform to let everyone know where they can find you online. So go right ahead.
Hey, everyone. I'm GYDA, and you can follow me on Instagram at GYDA'sFitchin. I just said it.
There you go.
GYDA'sFitchin.
Awesome. And we'll see you next time.
Thank
I
you.
know we're going to talk again.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, 500th episode. We are here with the one and only, my buddy, your buddy, my friend, Quinn from Commutative. I always mess that up because I want to say Commutative first and then your name second.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
But, okay, it's been a minute. We've had a period of time where we haven't really like hung out in person, and now you're here actually in Phoenix, no longer outside of Phoenix, but now you've accepted the challenge of living here in the Valley. How's it been so far, and what challenges have you faced personally with the moving?
It's been great. I was kind of already tapped into the scene, but just getting reacclimated and trying booths, and it was, taking a little time off, working full time, aside from the brand.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good. Great to see you. Happy to be here tonight.
Great seeing you.
Yeah.
Always great seeing you. And the other thing too that we always talk about is like some of the things that you work on and just really personalize. I mean, you know, unfortunately, we have to talk about it. Your grandmother no longer with us, and the person who really taught you how to begin your journey.
Yeah.
And now that you're like really fully in it, you're facing challenges day in and day out. I want to kind of put it on you as like, if you could entitle this moment, like where you're at right now, what would you entitle it as, like something in your life?
Like the great pivot, I guess.
I love it.
It's been awesome.
I love it.
You know, it was awesome to connect with my grandma on something she was so passionate about and learn a tangible skill and carry that forward. And she spearheaded this whole thing. So super grateful.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Grandma. But I love, you know, embodying her work and our bond every day with whatever I create. So
I love that. The Great Pivot is a wonderful title, by the way. I think that would be something in the chapter, like make sure that I'm in there. If you read the book, make sure that I'm in there.
Sounds good.
Okay, last but not least, what is something that you want people to remember you by?
I mean, speaking, kind of piggybacking off the pivot thing, just going for it.
Yeah.
Trying, you know, I started out in engineering and school didn't really pan out, but I stuck with it. I interned in LA. I learned how to sew from Grandma and just took it to the moon, you know? So it's been cool to see.
To the moon and back.
You know, where the shirts end up. I think you and I was in one of the first 50 episodes.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty rad. And,
yeah.
But yeah, just to go for it, ask questions, and if you really want it, it's yours for the taking. So
100% kids. So let this guy be an actual influence on you. If you know anything about him, make sure that you say thank you, show him some love. Always, always, always. I'm rocking the shirt 100%. So if you see me rocking the shirt, you see this guy and you say, yo, I want something from you. And like, that's always cool because again, at the end of the day, I found you, we connected, and it's been one hell of a journey since then.
Yeah, grateful.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, before we go, let everyone know where they can find you online.
Yeah, so again, it's QMULATIVE. That's QMULATIVE across all the platforms. I stay pretty busy. I love showing the interactive component and behind the scenes. So please reach out. I would love to connect with you. And congrats again on 500 episodes.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Oh, we're here with Phillip, the comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Phillip.
Thank you, Brittany and Jose, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Phillip, it's been a minute. How has life been since the last time we talked?
Oh, life has been very busy on the comedy grind. You know, we're always on the plane, in empty hotel rooms, trying to get more work and chase muscle ladies.
Chase the muscle ladies. I like it. One of the things that we talked about a little bit off air is some of the challenges. Can you give us a little bit of like what you've taken on your life right now? Because you're doing not only the grind, but you're also trying to make ends meet too. So it's like you're doing a lot of things.
Yeah, you know, being an entertainer, it's not an easy lifestyle, but it's the lifestyle that we all choose. So, you know, we have to do various side hustles to float, but comedy is my passion. I also have experience in professional acting.
Yeah.
So, you know, I really enjoy comedy and acting, and I'm able to do both very well. But it's just about getting enough opportunities as a wheelchair performer.
Man, there's not a day goes by where I'm like, when I do think about you, you are definitely someone who, like, in my head is just this beam of light that's like, you got some positivity behind you. So I really do appreciate you always coming through and like sharing a little bit about how much you're working hard and doing all the things. What I will ask you is, you are someone who's writing a lot. You know, you've got the ha-has, you got the funnies, you're always thinking about stuff. Give us a little bit of like what you would entitle this phase in your life. Like if you put a chapter to it, what would you call it?
Oh, well, today is actually my birthday.
Oh!
So I'm 28 years old.
Yes!
So I would categorize myself as old as fuck.
28.
But 28, you know, it's been a fun 28 years. A lot more work to do, but I'm happy with where I'm at. You know, but I just gotta gotta stay young and hot for the ladies.
Exactly. So we will finish up our conversation with give me something that you do want the muscle ladies to remember you by forever.
Well, I want them to know that, you know, their strong body, it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Go on. All right. I love it. Well, before we go, please let everyone know where they can find you online. How do they get the ha-has in everyday life? Went off.
Wheelchair Phillip. Wheelchair like the device.
Because there's another one. The device. Like the device.
Like the device I'm confined to.
What's your confinement? Phillip, stop. They're never gonna let us back on the air. So Phillip the wheelchair, or is it Phillip in the wheelchair?
Wheelchair Phillip.
Wheelchair Phillip. Okay.
Well, see, my mom named me Wheelchair because she knew that was gonna happen.
The wheelchair's the first name.
Wheelchair is my first name. Phillip is my last name. Cause my mama knew.
Phillip, come here, man. Ready. Welcome back to Finding Arizona podcast, the 500th episode. As always, we're bringing in fantastic guests from our previous 500. Ian here, if you remember, has a wonderful concept that he came up with. Do you want to tell people what it was called?
Conscious design. Is that what we're talking
Yes. We're talking about conscious design. How's life been since the last time we talked?
Oh, let's see. It's been like a year, right?
Yeah, it's been
about
like
a year.
Yeah.
We have launched a venture studio.
Nice.
So another business to run.
Yes.
But that's going super well. Very excited about that. That's been amazing. And all businesses shift.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in another 12 months, we will shift again probably, but we just made a shift.
Yes, I get it.
Just kind of figuring out better how to work with our clients and who's a really good fit. And it's been great though.
I love it.
Change is scary sometimes, but it's good.
Hey, you'll be just fine. Everyone changes a little bit. It's about rolling with the punches and getting through the challenges. And so that being said, what are some challenges you've embraced in taking on this new venture?
Well, it's definitely taking more time.
Okay.
I've had to do, as funny mentioning changes, one of the huge changes I've done is really limited how many. I've had an open calendar right?
Okay.
You know, most people, you set up a calendar or something like that. No, it's not sponsored. And then you just let people fill in. And I realized quickly that was not gonna work really well for calendars. So really having to figure out when are good days and starting to segment that a little bit. So we've done that. And
Perfect. I love hearing that because, again, for me, it's like I have embraced a lot more of the challenges of like doing new things because I feel so comfortable in one thing like podcasting that I need to try and challenge myself a little bit more. So taking on new things like event planning and, taking on more podcasting and editing and things like that. So that's kind of been my thing. So I will now ask you, because life has been so crazy, ever changing, and what would you characterize or at least entitle this chapter of the life?
Oh, this chapter, definitely optimizing. There's a lot of
optimizing,
a lot of change, but it's stripping away stuff that I spent the beginning of this year looking back at like everything I've been doing and realized there's a lot of things that were not worth it. I tested, but to what you were talking about, tried it, did some things for a long time.
Great.
But ultimately, if they're not working, like
You gotta make a pivot.
as long as, even though sometimes you're like, oh, I really like doing that.
Yes.
Or comfort, I'm comfortable doing it. That is the worst.
That's
That
mine.
is the worst.
That
You
is
get
mine.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
And then, you just get to a point where you do have to actually look at those things and go, yeah, it's comfortable, but it's not actually doing what I want it to do.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
pivot.
well, I really do appreciate you coming in and sharing a little bit about the life and what you guys have been updating on. Now I'll ask you, because we're keeping it small, we're keeping it tight and small. The conclusion of my questions is like, what do you want people to remember you by?
I mean, being a good guy, of course.
Exactly. I love that.
Likeable, lovable. Like, those are great things. And, from a business standpoint, being able to really help people.
Exactly.
And then, that's what a lot of these pivots are, is shifting away from things we can't help.
Yeah.
So that we don't waste people's time. Like, that's what I want to remember it for.
Well, at the end of the day, I think you're a good guy, and I really do appreciate you being on our show and sharing a little bit about yourself. I want to encourage you to continue that forward. And I know from the standpoint of like a customer basis, if you were able to do that, people will connect with you and want to keep doing business with you. So,
well, I appreciate it.
Of
Thanks for having me
course.
here. And
before you go, let everyone know where they can find you online.
Oh, petermanfirm.com, or even just go to ianpeterman.com. I have that one too. That one has all my stuff on it. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You were okay.
Episode 73. I just looked it up.
You just looked it up?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say like 100 and something. And I was like,
I actually thought I was in the 20s or something. I was like, oh, okay, 73. Still.
oh, awesome.
First 100.
First 100. I love it.
When we did it, I don't think we filmed. It was just pure audio.
Pure audio. Now we're in front of the camera.
you go.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 500th episode. We are here with number 73. DONJAY, who, again, Instagram AZ was the episode we were talking. Was the episode.
R.I.P. now.
R.I.P. But I want to say again, as someone who was really encouraged early on about the understanding of social media and the importance of like utilizing your platform, you've really, in the beginning, taught me the importance of that. So I really do appreciate you giving me that insight at least. And now where you stand, give us a little bit of an update. How's life been?
Yeah, well, the community, am I holding this?
Get that right.
Oh,
there you go.
we go. Yeah. The community doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, sadly. But it was a great run. I want to say it could have been like 10 years long. I don't actually remember when I stopped it, but I started in 2011. And eventually it just sort of, the momentum changed a little bit and Instagram changed a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. So the community aspect kind of died off and the platform changed. So yeah, that was that. Go.
I was gonna say, where are you? What happened afterwards, and like where do you lie now? What do you see yourself in as far as like a practitioner or like a entrepreneur?
I mean, I have three passions. So photography's still there. Like I got interested in Instagram. Because of photography. I built the community around photography. And so that passion's still there. I don't do it as often as I used to, sadly.
It's okay.
But I've also always been a photographer and a musician. So I've been making music still. I have an album coming out in about a week or so. So I'll send you a link when it comes out. Yeah.
Please.
And then, but for the last 11-ish years, maybe a little longer, I've been building technology. So I've been in the software world.
Nice.
So that's really like kind of where most of my momentum's been at. Okay. And I'm actually developing my own app now, which I think I hinted at to you before. And I'll come back on. We'll talk about it after it's launched and everything, and I'll fill you in.
Well, DONJAY, I really do appreciate you at least giving me a little bit of your day today, because I know it's been a couple hours since we first started this, but I want to say again, fantastic that you're here, but it's like I want to ask you the final question, like we're asking everyone, is like, what do you want to be remembered by?
Well, hopefully. I'm going to make this kind of a two-part thing. Okay. Yeah, the community part was great. Like, I met a lot of amazing people, and a lot of amazing people met each other. Yeah. In fact, I know there's at least one wedding that happened through an Insta-meet, nice. Which is amazing. But I was going to point it back to you, too, as a second part. I think, like, what you're doing here with this podcast, you're building the community. Like, I'm not really passing a torch, but, you kind of did it on your own anyway.
I really appreciate that.
You should take it and run, man. Keep building this community, because it's really great what you're doing here.
Thank you, DONJAY. Hey, if you're talking about me, I'm just saying, my wife and I went to an Instagram meetup and we got married.
Maybe
So
two.
yeah,
There you go.
it was like one of our very first dates.
Yeah, there you go. So at
like-
least 2 weddings that I know of.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, great. See,
There you go.
I was bringing people together. So yeah, so hopefully that's the legacy of it.
Yeah. So if you want to let everyone know where they can, if they wanted to pick up the app or if they wanted to find you personally to help connect.
Yeah, donjay.com, DONJAY.com, Instagram /Donjay, DONJAY. Yeah.
Awesome, Donjay. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Appreciate it, man. So why don't you tell everyone, remind everybody
Yes.
about yourself and what we're going to be talking a little bit, reminding everyone about.
Yes, so I'm Molly W. Skank, and I was episode 407.
Nice.
Which was almost 2 years ago at this
know.
point. I know, you know.
Yeah.
And so in that episode, we talked about my work as a somatic movement therapist, and we talked about my performing arts company, Gray Box Collective.
So again, I remember that when we talked a lot about just some of how when you're traumatized, the ability to kind of bring yourself back through the movement and through physical action. Since we last talked, how many stories have you kind of learned about through that movement practitioner part?
Yeah, tons. And like, to talk a little more frankly, I guess part of what happened shortly after that episode is I got very sick.
Oh, no.
Like physically, mentally, it was just really a horrible stretch.
Yeah.
And I felt like I really had to double down on my own story in many ways.
Yeah.
And go through this huge transformation to bring myself back where I could actually, I was sick enough that I couldn't dance, which is my whole life. And so with that, I'm noticing really drawing connections with others who are also experiencing that. Where coming back to yourself after a very trying period of time.
Exactly.
And so lots of stories and. Through the somatic movement therapy, and then with Gray Box Collective, this is our 10th season, so
there you go.
Also a milestone. And with that, there's a lot of remembering, right, and the stories that go with that remembering. And so for our 10th season, we've brought back performers who've been with us since the beginning.
Oh, awesome!
And. Right, being able to share those stories, those origin stories are so wonderful.
And to reconnect and be able to not only feel what that was before, but also to feel more, because now you're really the growth of it and kind of learning through it. That's incredible that you've asked them to come back. Can I ask you really quick, how hard was it to get them on board? Some of them might have been doing something creative or something more, or something different.
Yeah. Actually, it really was easy.
Okay, great. I was highly hoping that was the case.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, out of those who I asked to return, about half couldn't, just due to life circumstances. And we have a small but mighty creative team, and half of them are actually outside of Arizona, and we've been able to bring them back.
That's awesome.
So that feels like the massive hurdle. To be able to bring people back, not just in terms of their personal connection to it, but also just the financial and the being well resourced enough to actually be able to fly people in from wherever they are to come perform. And part of it's also been a documentary and really solidifying those stories from the past 10 years. So to have them come back for that was just amazing.
That's really great that you've been able to make that happen.
Yes,
That's really encouraging.
It's been fabulous.
Okay, so now that you've kind of made this kind of come to life and really bring it full circle, give us what you would entitle this phase of life.
Okay, so you know how when we talk about the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, right? And we don't really talk about the goo part where you're in the
in the cocoon?
in that transformational period. So there's a part right after that we also don't talk about, where the butterfly's wings are still wet. And we have to wait for those wings to dry before we can really step forward. So it's that little transition where fully formed, not ready to fly, but very close. So it feels at the end of our last creative process, it just felt like a beginning. And so it's like a beginning after 10 years of, I thought, doing the thing.
development
Yeah.
and doing all this.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful that you've been able to not only see that in yourself, but also in the collective as well. And so that's really great that you're putting that foot forward and allowing yourself to really, again, transition from one stage to the next. So I really am encouraged by what you've been able to put across. So our final question of today is, what do you want people to remember, not only yourself, but Gray Box?
Yeah, wonderful question. I think specifically right now we can stay with the butterfly a little bit. Like part of that wet wings to being able to fly is being able to expand and take up space.
Yes.
And I think in present time and day, there's a lot of reasons for us to be contracting, to be hunkering down and to be in a more protective state. But there's also this kind of place, I think, where it's like, well, like if not now, when?
Yeah, exactly.
So go for it.
Go for it. Full send.
That's right. that's how I'm feeling at this time, and that's what I hope people remember is that when so much of the world is saying to shrink and to be small and just like protect yourself. Like, yes,
freedom.
And what if you can hang on to that and also expand fully into it?
Well, I think that you're doing fantastic, and I really am encouraged by what you guys have coming out. And, you know, before we go, let everyone know where they can find you online.
Yes, so you can find us on Gray Box Collective on Instagram and Facebook. We're also on Blue Sky. Not posting a whole lot, but we're there. We're trying.
Yes, I get it.
Yes, and it's Gray with an E. And then you can find me at Molly W. Skank across multiple social media platforms.
Well, thank you, Molly. Enjoy your time here. Just like, again, I really do appreciate you coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you don't already know this space, you better get to know this space. We're at the 500 episode. I'm sitting right here with my boy, Tony. Standing next to my boy, Tony. Last time we talked, we were talking about local buzz.
Yes.
This time around, I want to catch everyone up. You're a man on the move. You're doing a lot of things. Tell everyone how life has been since last time we talked.
You know, with everything, all the stuff that's going on right now, just let's be real, with things that's going on in communities, political storm and all that stuff like that. My goal right now is to help keep communities resilient, business resilience, and do our best as local buzz plus Paulin to help support our local communities. You know, luckily we're backed up by, you know, good organizations such as LISC, you know, that helps support local businesses and fund and do all these things and provide resources through our initiative partnership with Verizon and so forth, right? And shout out to Arizona Credit Financial Union too. That's our partnerships that helps us create meetups and mixers to help businesses, you know, bring them together and so forth. So it's a lot. Right now with the times that are going in, it's just about resilience, right?
Absolutely.
You know, so I think that's where we're at as of 2026. You know what I mean? But going back 10 years ago, episode 2,
you and I, we were going through it. We different hairs, different looks,
different looks.
a little less weight around the stomach.
That too. Yeah. So back then we were talking about ice cream and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Shave ice, bowl of drinks.
My wife was only my. At the time, we were just seeing each other. It was like what? We were first date.
First date. You know, at the snow shop. You know what's crazy? There's been at least like 5 or I'll say at least 6 people, actually more than that, that's told me that I met my wife. Our first date was at snow. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now I got to ask. So as you're dealing with all of these challenges, what's going on today? Well, how would you entitle this chapter of your life?
You know, in this chapter right now, I think, you know, with you guys and everyone here, and it's important on the local level to just be community connected. And in this chapter right now, you know, the world is, there's a lot of hate out there. We just have to counter it with love and empathy and knowing that this, you know, our life is not about drama. We all want to live together as diversity and learn from each other, from cultures. And that's what makes life amazing, beautiful, right?
The tapestry of it all.
Yeah, I just found out you're Hopi.
Yeah.
I didn't know what native you are.
That's the thing. I only ever tell people that I'm native.
I know, yeah, but I knew you were.
Yeah, you knew I was, but I never
get
specific.
I'm Asian, okay, what type of Asian are you?
I never get specific. I don't know why.
So as of today, I just found out.
That's awesome. Well, there you go. It's like as we're learning about each other, we're always growing. So I'm going to ask you the question that we're ending everything, but it's like, what do you want people to remember you by, but not only you, I would love to, what do you want people to remember Local Buzz and Pollen by?
Speaking as a community platform that has a team that's about supporting community, we're here to help. We just want people to know that me as one of the co-founders and our team, we just want to be a helpful brand, a company that you guys could always reach out to us. Any questions? I had a business, I had a restaurant before. If you need to start a restaurant and you need some ideas or you need some resources or connect me with people, I'm your person, or my company's your person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Tony, I appreciate it. As always, you're always welcome back anytime. But before you go, let everyone know where they can find you online.
As IG right now, just localbuzz.co, pollen.co, my personal infinite.tone.
There we go. Thank you, Tone. Hi, how are you? Come on in. Come closer.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may remember this face because she was recently on a recent episode. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome AKIRA.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for showing up. I want to say that we spoke recently, so there's not a lot that has changed in your life.
Well,
but
a little bit.
A little bit? Okay, so then update us. What are some of the things that have changed? Because I want to know, because we last spoke, there was the book.
Yeah.
Yes, and so let's get an update. How are things going?
So right now I have changed my publisher because I had a few issues with them, and
That's
so
fine.
it was a very hard couple of weeks last
Tough
month.
decision.
Yes, especially to just decide all of a sudden to change it when we had a date already for release, and then I decided I can't do it with them anymore.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to find another publisher for it.
Yeah.
But right now it's just marketing and working on my website, and that's it.
I get it. But I think I think it's really nice that you've made a decision, a very important decision for yourself like this as a creative, because this is something that I feel like a lot of authors go through, is like, how do I want to go about producing something that's completely mine and you have soul in it and you have intention with it. So it's like important to want to go about it the right way. So give me some of what the challenges that you are going through that you've accepted going through this process.
So at the moment, it was just about, it felt like I was failing because I didn't end up publishing it, and it might not be published this year because I'm going home soon and it's a bit complicated. So it just felt like I was failing, but I soon realized I'm just protecting my work, and I'm okay with walking away from something that is not serving me anymore, and I can't be with a company that doesn't have my best interests at heart.
Yes, I understand completely. And that's very wise, and it's very good that you've made a decision for yourself to want to continue something that you're passionate about and do it with the sole intent of the right way. So that being said, I will ask you now though, entitle this chapter of the life and the story of yourself.
Oh my God.
If you could put a title to this chapter.
I do. No, I'm.
It's hard.
I know.
Because you're the kind of person too. It's like you have all the time. You have a lot more time to think about the chapters, and you're very you're thinking about it. You really want intention with your chapters.
Everything I'm writing so far is with intention. I would never want to write something just for fun as much as that. It's great. It's fine if you do that, but I believe every single artist should make an impact on the world when they're creating something.
Absolutely. So I will now ask you, the final question is, give us something that you want people to remember the book by, or if anything, remember you by.
I want people to remember me by creating change. I want to be someone that inspired another person to create positive change in the world. I want the world to change. That's what this book is about. And from the book, definitely what the meaning of life is. That is the question. What is the meaning of life? That is how I'm promoting it everywhere. And that is what I would be asking people once they buy it. So.
Well, Akira, I really do appreciate you coming in and just giving us a little bit of your time in person. Yeah. But I also know that, again, as an author, you're someone who's very creative and wants to get your stories out. And as someone who shares the stories just as much, I think it's really great that you're going about it very personal, very intention oriented. And so when the book does come out, I want you to come back on the show. I want to go over it with you, and I want to share with people how much you really put effort into making this come to life. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely. And before you go, let everyone know where they can find you again online.
So you can find me at The Book Effect, which is my Instagram and my TikTok. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Akira. Come here.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have in front of me the owner and proprietor of BACKLOT Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to introduce Tyler here. And Tyler and I have been working, 6 months together?
I think, yeah. At least 6 months, yeah. Uh-huh.
Not only are you an entrepreneur, a nonprofit guy, all the things, like dog lover, just everything. When I first met you, you took an interest in me and wanting to help me out in some sort of fashion. Can I ask you just curiously, why?
Good feeling. I mean, it's by default something that I want to do in this world these days is help people. I think I'm overly helpful just by default.
Yeah.
And then if I see a spark or desire in somebody, I want to help even more. If I think they're a good person capable of doing their own good, then I want to help even more because selfishly, if I see somebody that's doing good is a good person and I help them, then the help that I give them and the help that they give other people, I have a part of that. So,
I mean, in all honesty, you have made my life 10 times bigger, stranger, awesomer, all the things. But I ultimately, I really do appreciate you taking an interest in all of this and allowing me to expand your repertoire, the podcasts that you've had on your show. So I really do appreciate it. And one of the things I want people to know is, again, not only about backlots, but give us a little bit of insight on GLAIVE really quickly.
GLAIVE is, we call it the big stick for small business. Roosevelt said, speak strongly and carry a big stick, which was an African proverb. I always loved it. But a stick wasn't big enough for the job that needs to be done. So we called it GLAIVE. And GLAIVE, in its grandeur, will be something that evens the playing field for small business in this country. It will continue to make small businesses the economically most viable part of the economy, which they are the most impactful hands down. And then also give underdogs a chance at success and to change their stars.
I like that. So before we go and conclude this conversation, the thing that I want to just truly say is thank you, because again, you have changed my life, and I know we're still in the works of changing a lot of this stuff, but we got a lot more to come, and I'm very excited. And so before we go, give us, again, I know you have a lot of ideas, hopes, dreams for this place, but give us something that you want BACKLOT Studios to be remembered by.
I want it to be content for good. Our charity is Content for Good. I want it to be known for good messaging into the world, right? And I think we do a really good job of that. And I want the most badass shows, podcasts on the planet to be coming out of here. And I want people to wonder, why is everything coming out of this little place in Phoenix? I want them to wonder why. Right?
I want them to wonder why too, and we're going to do it together.
We will do it.
All right. Yep. Before we go, BACKLOT Studios, let them know where they can find everything, and yourself too.
Oh man, Jose, you know as well as I do.
I know.
We're here at BACKLOT Studios. We're downtown Phoenix, Arizona. You can find AZ Pod Studio, one of our companies, at azpodstudio.com. You can find Business Radio X at businessradiox.com. Coming soon. Backlotstudios.co. And Jose and I are here all day, every day.
Absolutely. So until next time, happy 500th episode, and
500.
And 500 more with this guy coming helping me out along the way. See you next time.
All right. Good job.
Good job, man.
Proud of you.
In somewhat of it's been a long time, but 10 plus years of doing this, and it's really doesn't get any older, or it's always a lot of fun for me to do this with every single one of you. Have really changed my life for the better by giving me your story. And it's truly encouraging, because as someone who's just starting out and learning from you guys, and continuing this friendship and networking together. It's really incredible to know that you guys are still going and that you're evolving, you're changing, and that's okay. To you guys, really, this has changed my life for the better. And here's to 10 more years. Here's to you guys. Here's to my family. And love you guys. Appreciate it.
Hello.